Thank you very much
Hello,
for
hello,
joining us.
hello. Hey guys.
How are
Good
you?
evening, good afternoon. I don't know, whatever you are in the world.
How is it going there? I mean, are you locked in right now, or you can go out, or how does it work in Brazil?
Well, Brazil is quite a chaos, huh? Uh, we have the worst president ever that's dealing with this coronavirus thing. So people are going out to the streets. Some people are doing quarantine, but it's not something super strict. So I think it's gonna get way
Yeah,
worse, like United States, very soon.
yeah,
We'll see.
fuck, man. I saw him like saying some crazy shit, like yeah, like kind of following Trump's lead, no, like pretending it's nothing, and yeah, like
Yeah, he almost fired the health minister yesterday.
wow, really? Okay, so he's
Yeah.
starting the.
Because it was disagreeing with all the thing from all the agreement from the whole world to deal with this pandemic. He was disagreeing and almost fired the guy. It's like insane, man. He's a retard.
Crazy, man. So yeah, I don't know, bro. I mean, I guess of course now we all know what's going on with the parties. So I guess there's not much sense in already saying what we know that for now it's hard to make. I'm sure that there in Brazil it affected you a lot. But I wanted to go maybe to a more positive side and Eh, man, what happened in Brazil? Like uh, right now, if we wouldn't have this quarantine time, probably it would have been the busiest time. Normally, Carnival, Easter, and all these times, you would have had like 1 million people making parties in every state. So,
Yeah.
yeah, what do you think that? What happened also, especially with dark sci and high tech in Brazil, because you always had a big scene, but suddenly, we went from in 2008 when I was there, we would clear the dance floor, and suddenly now in 2018, 19, I think is pretty much the biggest scene of dark sci in the world. So where do you see when did it start to change for you?
Ah, man. When does it start to change exactly? I cannot point exactly, but I know that since we started making Pulsar Festival, a lot of things happened. I'm not saying it was factor that made it change, but from this time, this period of time, like 5 years, let's say, things started to escalate and grow, and suddenly we had a lot of new people coming to the parties and enjoying this kind of music straight away. I'm not saying the full-on people from the old times are changing their minds. It's just that there's a lot of more
No,
people coming, you know.
it's true. It's a lot of younger people that really go directly into it. They don't even make the evolution that maybe we did when we were young, like listening to progressive full on, slowly discovering the rest, like now people when they know psychedelic trance maybe it's directly, the most complex high tech or psycho or yeah,
Yeah,
or
let's
forest.
see the a direct factor that influenced this huge growth in the psytrance scene is not just in dark side. This is happening for more commercial music. We have parties like 10,000 people and more. It's like huge as well. We don't see much because it got so segmented that we see just that there's so many parties happening with all the kind of music we play that we don't see much about the others. But it's really pumping. Like besides this pandemic now, of course, was really pumping. There's a lot of people coming. There's a lot of producers making music, of new producers. There's a lot of parties, as you say, in every single state of Brazil. It's like 20, 26, 28, I don't know, it's something like that. And there's parties in everywhere. Of course, there are
Yeah,
scenes that are stronger, like São Paulo, places like this. But yeah, the good thing is like we don't have a strong winter season here. We don't have. It's
yeah,
very
it's
rare
true,
to
you can
find
make
snow
parties
somewhere in Brazil.
forever. Yeah.
In the colder day of the winter, maybe some places far south you find some places there are like really cold. So this allows parties and festival to happen to the whole year. This is very nice.
That's true, man. The geography and the weather make it like a perfect condition for this kind of thing to flourish. Also, I guess a more permissive state in general, maybe not now, okay, with the current president, but I think in the last I don't know, at least 10 years, you had like uninterrupted growth, no? Like no one really put a stop to it.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what happened,
And
and it's
about,
still
for
happening.
example,
Like
with Dark Side, was Goa Gil coming every year already, even before Pulsar?
yes, it's been a while. Go Gil's come. I don't know if he came every single year on the last decade, but he's coming for at least 10 years for sure.
So,
Like
so
where I
you
live here in
think,
Belo Horizonte, he didn't came like it's been at least 5 or 6 years. But São Paulo, like Giga is bringing him almost every year.
would you say that maybe explains the difference between Pulsar, which is more forest oriented, and São Paulo, which is definitely a little more high tech and psycho oriented? Would you say that Gil has an influence in that, or it happened naturally, or
Nah, I heard. This is just rumors, and I don't know. I'm not sure about anything. But I heard he had some problems here and decided he was not coming back. I think it's not influenced by crowd really. So
no? But do you think that for Brazil people, Gil was maybe the first to introduce them to dark side?
no, 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 no. It wasn't the first, but maybe one of the first to make it popular because of the concept of the party of wow, it's what just one DJ that plays for 24 hours and he's an old guy. You know,
Yes.
this catches the interest of people. You know,
Man,
come on,
in
they want to see that.
Argentina, like guild parties had like 2,000 people, and if we would make a party playing the same music, we had like 200.
Yes, you know,
Yeah.
there's the interest also of the character
Yes,
of Goagil.
yes, yes. It's
It's
definitely
definitely
something
interesting.
different, and
If I
people
say to my
just go for that, and yeah. But so then, for me, I have to say that I agree. No, the big change I started to see in Brazil was with Pulsar. No, suddenly we went from small parties like Forest Family or some other smaller things going around to a full Dark Side and Forest festival for a few days where I never experienced in my life like a dance floor that is full all the time. Like from when the festival started to when it ended, at least when all the time I was there. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. Like
what
I would say,
happened?
like
I mean,
the
how
first guys to. Oh, sorry, finish.
no, no, just to like maybe get to a question so you can tell us, like, how was it for you, to experience this? How did it start? And like, how did you, yeah, manage the growth of it?
Well, before us, there was these guys from Zuvuya, from Forest Family. They were doing Zuvuya Festival since I think 2011 or 2012. Well, this was the very first one to have the balls here in Brazil to make a festival with no full on, no progressive, and none of this kind of music, make a more conceptual thing. And they had a hard time in the beginning, but they were planting the seed few years before, you know. And we
Okay.
got this idea and tried to make our version of it, and it worked. Like I think
Which
the investments in a nice sound system with a huge lineup and a nice deco could show people that you can experience dark side just the same as you can the full on that they experience in huge dance floors, because it's different the
yes,
experience of being in a private party or being in a big dance floor, a lot of
yes,
people blasting a big
absolutely.
sound and nice decor, and it's different, you know, nice visuals. So yeah, it showed the people that it can be nice. Many people that didn't believe it could. So yes, this I
Yes.
think this was the bigger influence that happened in the beginning, and then people started to pay attention and invest a bit more in deco. It was not even all about the sound. Like invest more in deco to make a nice setting, invest in nice visuals, and make a nice environment. And with these, you can get a full synesthesia. I don't know how
Yes.
to
Yeah, yeah,
pronounce this
like
in English,
a real
but
party done with purpose and real effort. I also feel that maybe that you were traveling a lot, maybe you were lucky and you got to see a lot of what a real party could be or a real festival could be. You played, I
for
think, in
sure,
almost
man.
every big festival around in Europe as well. And I always felt that you guys, yeah, you saw a little more beyond. You had more experience, more background.
For sure, festivals like Freaks of Nature, Modem, and Lost Theory. I don't know. I haven't been much in the last editions, but the first ones I've been 2014 and 15, I think. And Freaks of Nature, Dead Years, and Modem. This was a huge influence for sure. We saw what there was in parties in Europe that there was not in our parties here, and we could bring something new to the crowd, and it really worked.
No, wow, yeah, man. I mean, if someone has to write like some pages of history of electronic music in Brazil, it's hard not to mention this. You know, it kind of changed the dark side scene as well. No, more people looking to Brazil, more people going there, artists staying for a whole month to do a whole tour. When did that happen? You know, before for dark side
Yeah,
artists.
for sure. Yeah, it was not something that was in the, it wasn't a country that was in the target on the dark side. So if
Yeah.
you think about a few years ago, like I remember listening to Polyphonia, Universo Paralelo for 50 people on the dance floor.
Yes, man.
50.
Yeah,
I
100%.
think you
Everyone
played
went to
it.
sleep. Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, crazy, man. No,
this,
I have to say it's really, I don't know, like maybe in some other parts of the world, most parties are not successful financially. Many parties struggle, you know, to even get people. And in Brazil, it's almost the opposite, no? Events sold are selling out, and you never have a problem of people, and even of like being sustainable economically, you know, which kills many scenes. If people make parties and lose money every time, nothing grows. But there in Brazil, I even saw people that can survive like being in the marketplace, you know, just by going festival to festival, just selling, you know, handcraft or whatever they are offering, you know. So in the end, it's like a real economy that is sustainable.
yeah, I was gonna say is like a true economy happening. Is it's not just people that play in music or doing parties that can make a living from that. I see. I have many friends in many areas that can make it happen because of this amount of things happening. Now I don't know what will be the impact of all this crisis we live in now, but yes, up to the point that everything stopped, it was flowing
Yes, wow.
marvelous, like it was
Yeah,
incredible.
I have to say that they also so unexpected and it came so from inside, you know. It was not foreign, like foreigners doing it, you know. It was Brazilians doing it for Brazilians until it blew up like all the country. Did like did the parties in Sao Paulo grow simultaneously with Pulsar, or it was Pulsar first that started to grow more?
No, I think this whole dark side thing, it gained force. It started to happen in São Paulo. Definitely, it's like São Paulo is being one of the bigger cities in the world. You have a musical scene for pretty much everything.
Yeah, yeah,
So here
that's
in
what
Belo
I
Horizonte,
realized. Yeah.
yeah, to be honest, here in Belo Horizonte, there's not a scene. Like there's not parties happening. There's not a proper big crowd to make a party like that happen here. Also happens because it brings people from all around Brazil and now Latin America and even few people from out of the Americas, some
Yes.
Europeans and some and such. Not so much, I think, because it's more or less in the time of that starts the summer, no, end of May, beginning of June. So this is not so good because about the European crowd to come.
Hmm.
But the our crowd is like there's people from here, from Minas Gerais, this state that where I live, but it's not like a big, huge part of the crowd. It's like maybe there's more from São Paulo, I would say.
Hmm. I see. Well, that's interesting too. I mean, I think except Universo Paralelo, I don't know if there were any other festivals that Brazilian people were willing to travel to go to them. I
Sorry.
I think that maybe it was only Universo Paralelo, no? That Brazilian people were willing to uh, like fly or take a bus from other states. And I think Pulsar is the second one that I saw that is more like mixed crowd of people from Brazil. So that also I saw a big
Yes,
change.
yes, of course. Like we have a much smaller crowd than Universo Paralelo. You cannot compare
No,
20,000,
I know,
15,000.
but it's still like a special
But the
thing, you know that.
distribution, the locality of people, for sure, man, for sure. This is something I'm very proud of. Is a moment that many people that know each other from all around the country can meet there. on the
Yeah.
dance floor, not just the locals, and can blast together and just like universal in a smaller scale.
Yes, yeah.
It's,
I think that that's like one of the biggest like secret achievements, like maybe it's not that obvious, but I think it's one of the things that make it, yeah, so rich. So, okay,
yeah.
tell us a little about music, and we can go slowly switching to that side. Um, I think today we were a little late, and unfortunately, Faco won't be able to play. No, Giuliano is not there.
Yes, yes. I play Nargun and Atropp mixed together, like more or less one in sequence of the other. I want even to ask to the crowd, to everyone who's listening, should I start with Atropp a bit faster and then go down if it's still in the vibe of frantic noise, or should I start Nargun slower and then go up to
Ah,
the end of the stream?
okay, guys, wait. Let's vote. What do you want, guys? High tech, that would be Atropp, that is his solo project, or you guys want Nargun a little more slower, a little more, foresty. So wait one second. I want to try to see if I can do like a poll.
Okay, so, sounds that's Nargun until now. The comments.
Okay, I'm trying to see. Okay.
Oops.
I'm trying to see if I can play with this like way of making a poll through the chat.
But I saw the first comments. I think I keep the plan. Play Nargun and then go up to the end. It's
Okay,
not like fully high tech anyway. It's kind of hybrid 160 something. So
okay, cool. No, I think so too. Let's do a progression so you can show also your own, yeah, your own trip, no, from where you go.
hmm
And Farfari, and I just saw, I'm thinking to do like one show about like history of styles. I'm trying to think how to do it so it's fun. So yeah, for sure I'm going to try to think how to go deeper on the history of forest, dark side, high tech. So yeah, I promise you guys that one day. And okay, guys, so then I think that decision is done, no? You will start first with Nargun.
hmm yeah, I start with Nargun and then I won't stop between a set and the other, and then slowly go blending and going up a little bit. Not so fast, anyways.
Okay.
But yeah.
Nice, man. So then, all right, guys, I will need that you give me some seconds. So I switch over to Bruno. It won't be a raid. We will stay in this channel. So you just need to wait and he'll start the streaming. So yeah, thank you, Bruno. Enjoy it, bro.
Thank you everybody for watching, for listening. Hope you enjoyed the set.